The Garmin Forerunner sells itself on the basis of its interface and usability. Let's now see just some examples of this. As you can see here, it's very easy to unlock the screen. You can see just about the padlock showing there by simply swiping it across, and then the graphic shows you the watch starting up there. Now we can see the power save logo. Again, it's all very explanatory and very direct, and in a few seconds the watch simply reverts to the time mode, because it's then assuming that you no longer need to actually operate the watch for a while. Again, here's the watch which actually buzzes when you do this, having the cradle removed when charging, and now it's charging up again, and it does it straight away. Here's just one of the modes. This is auto scroll for the training pages, and you see here easily adjust the speed at which these pages come across. This is going to be shown in the training run. Now, to create a workout, you need to go quite easily here to the setup and then to the training pages, and here we can see us deciding which page to customize and with what fields. I've decided on, in this case, custom 1, which has some fields already set up, but I want to alter one of them. Now I'm pressing laps there, and it then gives me a series of categories which I can then customize. And here they all are: distance, heart rate, everything, calories, cadence. I've decided in this case on heart rate, but again you have a further sub-menu where I'm going to say exactly what I want. Do I want average heart rate? Yes, I think I'll click on that, and straight away you can see that at the bottom of the screen. Now here's another training page, and I can then decide on the number of fields there. For one of the workouts which you download, again this is going to be illustrated. Here's one of the steps, and I can edit this step very, very easily. I simply click on it, and in this case you see it's saying, what do I want to change? I want to change the duration. Well, duration of what? Time, distance, heart rate. I can change anything I want. So I'm scrolling up there with my finger, and it does take some practice, and I've then decided what I'm going to do there, and I decided I'm going to repeat it. Okay, so it shows there in the step. Alright, it's been altered. Now moving further on with the same kind of workout, I want to edit the step, but this time not the duration but the target. I now click on target. So easy, you see. Everything's in English, and here are my targets: pace, heart rate, no target maybe. So there's no alert. Nothing tells you what's going on. Cadence, that's steps per minute, which would occur with the optional foot pod. And the target is right there to be altered. I can even also alter the spelling here, and here you can see the spelling being altered, and if I wanted to I could alter that, but I choose not to. That's just for demonstration purposes. Now what I'm doing here is checking out the competition. This is my global trainer, the one I bought last year for the equivalent of actually over €400, because I was one of the first people to get one. The timers here, you can see, are quite explicit, but they're also very much more basic. As you can see here, you only have intervals and repetitions. You don't have pauses in terms of heart rate or cadence or calories or anything like that. Okay, they are easy to set, well, in the relative sense, and they can also be set even with the computer. You can also see here the modes that are available within the global trainer. It's very much a mode-based watch. Here's one of the more complicated modes. This is the configure, and this is the hands-free stopwatch. Moving on, we can see here that the recovery mode appears to be like a recovery timer, like on the Polar RS800, but in actual fact all it is a stopwatch. It doesn't actually measure recovery as such. Now here's the Polar RS800 itself, a very sophisticated device with its own built-in hardware altimeter and beat-to-beat recovery and software. So you can set this from the computer as well, but it has no built-in GPS and it's very expensive. This is the hardcore elite runner's watch. Now you can see me here pressing the start button, and the thing straight away tries to check my heart rate, and then it takes laps which are quite clearly laid out. This watch is also very, very good for taking records of your performances, and then measuring them, of course, with software, which, like the Garmin, is free and available online. But the new Polar RCX5 has no desktop software, sadly. Also no altimeter and no recovery software. Here you see the watches for the sake of comparison all aligned there on my wrist. The Timex, of course, is the biggest, but then has a big chunky case. It's also water resistant. The Garmin is not water resistant. The Polar is the smallest, but then it has no GPS. Again, from a different angle. The Garmin's display yet again shows there. At night we can see a comparison of the screen displays. The first one is from my bog standard watch, although even that has a heart rate monitor on it. This is the Polar, but it's still quite clear. It's the camera that does that lighting effect. And then here's the Timex. The Timex has a much more customizable light than the Garmin, incidentally. Also easier to set. Here's the Ant Plus stick, which is very, very small and slick and plugs just straight into a USB port. Very easy to configure. You do need to download the Ant Plus agent for that, but it is easy to set. Here's an example right here of the watch's integration with Garmin's own desktop training center. As you can see here, all the watch's data have now been replicated faithfully on screen, and the mapping data in color there, pace, speed, elevation and heart rate. But now this has been supplanted by Garmin's own more sophisticated Garmin Connect website. So simple. Right, everything is in English and everything's considered. You simply add steps. What do you want to do? Is it time, duration, whatever, heart rate? And all this stuff can then get downloaded directly via the Ant Plus device, which must be within roughly 1 meter, 3 feet or so of the watch. And it does it wirelessly and transparently. Here you can see an example of what's going on here. This is me deciding to download a particular workout, which has already been formed there. In this case, just as an example, it's from trainingpeaks.com. On the right-hand side, you can see there just briefly exactly what the steps were, but you can edit those steps, okay, and then you can customize them and then send them to your device. This again it just adds to the convenience of entering a workout. Now you can do this with the Timex, but not to nearly as great an extent. This is again the selling point of the Garmin. It is so customizable. You can see within a few seconds it says transferring data. Now commonly both uploading and downloading and to the training center. Remember, this is the training center, your own software, which you download from Garmin, and to Garmin's online service, which is connect.garmin.com. These speeds are roughly the same, so we're talking maybe 45 seconds, maybe 75 seconds for a complete workout, okay? Here I'm testing to see whether the workout has been downloaded, and there we go. It's all there. You see, not just one of them, but several of them, all right? I don't know, incidentally, whether it's possible to download one particular workout, but in this case I just clicked on one and all of them were downloaded to the watch. Regardless, I can do whatever I like with those workouts. As you can see, I'm even trying to edit one of them from the watch itself. I mean, if I wanted, I could do it online and on the PC, but again, here's the thing about the operation of the watch. I imagine a coffee shop scenario where you're just sitting down and you're looking at everything that you've done or everything that you're going to do, right, before or after run. And it's just so comfortable to actually look at all this stuff in English, plain English, and then to be able to alter it, customize it, basically do whatever you want with it. Now we're going to deal here with a state-of-the-art feature from Garmin, not available on any other watch. This is Garmin's Forerunner 610 Virtual Racer feature. With this amazing feature, you can look up, as I'm doing here, any route on Garmin's Connect service and download it to the watch, then race against it. The watch will then measure your performance versus the performance that was originally done. After signing into the account, what you do is select the workout as I've just done there, and you then say send to device. Okay, it will then say it's found two devices. One of them is my flash drive, incidentally. It's now found the Forerunner. Then send course, and that's all you do. You then simply wait. That blue bar shows that it's been done, and then a few seconds later you'll see transferring data again. Roughly there a minute has passed, and we're now ready to see that the watch has received the actual course, not just the timing. Okay, to confirm that, we go to the training section on the home page there, Virtual Racer, not the workouts, and then view the stats. We'll then see exactly that's what's on the site, and there's a still of a similar workout downloaded to the device earlier.